Alright guys, what's going on today? Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the new Boruto episode 189. Now, if you guys have seen it, holy, just know what's up. The animation in this episode is beyond fucking insane. Alright, the animation is insane. Now, if you look carefully at this animation, it is close to the manga. Alright, the first and foremost, you see Konohamaru's hair, bro? Oh man, his hair. They gave him the full afro, you know. But yeah, his hair is similar to the manga, and even if you look at Boruto, Sarada, Mitsuki, they all exactly look like the manga characters, even Kawaki. And same with Delta and Kashin Koji, bro. This episode was crazy. Alright, like that animation surprised me, and that's the best animation in Boruto so far. Alright, Shippuden still had better animation, don't get me wrong, but this Boruto animation was the best in the series, alright, the whole anime series in the past 3-4 years. It's the best so far. Anyways, let's get down into it. So in the beginning, this episode starts off with Kawaki and Garo fighting each other. If you compare both the manga and the anime, in the manga, the fight lasts about 20-30 seconds, and the fight was about 12-13 minutes. I mean, obviously the anime has to expand over the manga, right? So Kawaki then starts fighting Garo, and these guys went off. Like, you see Kawaki's taijutsu, that is crazy. At his current level, he could easily take Boruto and Sarada. I don't know about Mitsuki, but Boruto and Sarada, at his level of fighting, he could easily crush them. Actually, maybe Mitsuki as well, he could crush. The way he took Garo down, and these guys like got blasted away from Garo's blast, you know Garo was strong. Alright, you see the way his power was upped. That was crazy. But yeah, his taijutsu was beyond crazy. And then him using all his body, the scientific parts and everything. Holy, that was intense. Anyways, him and Garo keep fighting back and forth. And when he uses the stuff out of his body, that weird scientific stuff, you see Boruto and them in the manga, they're supposed to say something like, what's that stuff coming out of his body? But in the anime, they don't ever mention it. Alright, you only see Boruto, Sarada, Mitsuki, and Konohamaru and Dr. Katsusuke right in the beginning, in the first couple of minutes. Then you don't see them again till 15 minutes, like in between watching it. You see them come up. So there's some stuff that's missing from the anime to the manga. But going back to Kawaki fighting Garo, Garo and Kawaki fucked each other up, alright? Kawaki landed a couple of hits on him, and then Garo fucked up Kawaki. Same thing in the manga, he fucked up Kawaki. So they're both mainly hurt, and then all of a sudden, you see Kawaki get down, like he gets beat up pretty bad by Garo, and then he's on the ground, then he awakens as Karma Seal. Delta was gonna go in and save him, but then Kashin Koji's like, no, wait. And he sees Karma Seal awaken. At the same time, Boruto's Karma Seal awakens, and then they both start resonating. Now, if you compare this to the manga, there is some added on stuff here. Like with Kawaki's Karma Seal flashing, it started pulsating. In the manga, obviously they can't show it because it's black and white. But if you look carefully here, they're both Karma Seals are pulsating. The thing in the manga, if you look at both their palms on the upper hand, you can see they're both white instead of black on the Karma Seals. In the anime, they're both red and blue. But the thing you notice about Kawaki's Karma Seal is that his whole body turns red while Boruto's stays black. Even though it's supposed to be blue, it stays black. But anyways, his and Boruto's Karma Seal activates, and Sarada's like, Boruto, your Karma Seal, or like, Boruto, your hand, like, she thinks, you know, his arm's activating again. As soon as his Karma Seal activates, man does some next Dragon Ball Z Ultra Instinct Goku shit on Garo. Like, you see him slowly start walking up, and Garo starts attacking him with all his blasts, and he absorbs them all. He's literally walking up slowly like an OG boss, and music starts playing in the back. Like, that was crazy. And then all of a sudden he goes to him, he stabs him. And now if you look at the stab between the manga and the anime, they're completely different. In the manga is a smaller one. In the anime, this guy like obliterated him. Alright. And then after that, he puts his hand up and you see Garo start crying. He's like, no, please don't do it. Kawaki puts his hand in Garo's face and boom, blasts him. And that blast was beyond crazy. Like the animation compared to the manga of how the blast was way different. Alright, you see Garo get fucked up. So Garo gets obliterated, and then you see the blast gets everybody. And you see Garo's body come flying down, like half of it. It's like some FMAB stuff. What happened to Gluttony after Pride cut him open? You see his body was cut in half and they went for his Philosopher's Stone. It's like similar to this. His body got cut in half and just lying there with all bloody. Now, the thing I liked about this episode is that they actually showed the gore and everything. As to other episodes, they didn't. In this episode, they showed all that stuff and it was crazy. Anyways, Kawaki lands down and he looks to the right and you see Boruto's Karma Seal is activated on his hand and it absorbed Kawaki's attack. And he's standing there protecting all his teammates and everything. And then Konohamaru's like, Boruto protected us, and everyone everyone's like wondering, like, we're all protected by Boruto. Kawaki tells him, he's like, go back and tell them. He's like, you come after me, it's gonna be a mountain of body corpses. Now in the manga, he says go back and tell Jigen. Well, in the anime, he doesn't mention Jigen at all. He's like, go back and tell them. Like, he just says them in general in terms of Kara. And that's the part where they changed out in the manga as well compared to the anime. But yeah, so Boruto protects them. Now him and Kawaki talk, saying, Kawaki's like, you know how to control the karma seal and everything. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. He's like, this thing just awakened. Like, Kashin Koji's questioning himself. He's like, both karma seals are resonating with each other. And then you see Delta look to her right, and you can see, and she sees that Kashin Koji is thinking of something. If you look carefully, you see her eyes squint at him, and she's thinking. So then she's like, are you gonna let them take Kawaki away? He's like, yeah, I want to see how this plays out. And she's like, all right, I can't interfere, because Kashin Koji's mission originally. Now, if you're taking this part between the two, they both teleport away. As in the manga, they don't move away. They're just still watching them. So what they're gonna do is, at this point, when she's like, I can't interfere with your mission, there's gonna be at least 10 or so more episodes of like canon anime filler, where they're gonna go with the backstories. There's gonna be like a manga anime canon, then manga anime canon, back and forth up until the Delta versus Naruto fight. Because if you go up to chapter 30s, you see Delta come to attack Naruto. After this is chapter 25. 26 to 30 is Boruto and Kawaki somewhat fighting and learning, getting closer and everything. And there's a bit of time lapse between that and the part where Delta comes, because they gotta show character growth. Otherwise it wouldn't work out when Kawaki calls Boruto his brother. That scene wouldn't work out unless there's there's a bit of time lapse in between, because he's not gonna call him his brother after meeting him in a week or so. That doesn't work out. But if it's like sometime, say like a month or so has passed, and you see Delta and them watching him, then that makes sense. And how Kawaki opens up and everything, and repairs Himawari's vase and everything like that, all that sort of stuff. Anyways, they both teleport away, and now I know over next episode we're gonna have a bit of anime canon. It is all related to each other. There's no filler. It's all actual anime canon that gives more backstory to the manga. And then Boruto's like, you know what, let's take him back to where my dad is. And you see the animation on Naruto. Holy shit, the animation is sick. Now if you look carefully at Naruto's face, that Naruto animation is the same as his manga animation. Like I said, all the characters in this were based off the manga adaptation. They weren't like made like in the previous episodes. Alright, because all throughout the Boruto anime, the anime character, like, they look so childish, chibi and everything. This is based more on the manga style. All the characters were based on the manga. They weren't like as they usually were in every other episode. The manga adaptation in this episode was crazy. Like, I'm talking crazy. Alright, the anime was, woo, that was nice. Alright, like, I know it costs some more money to do this, but I'd rather have the manga type of animation or design rather than the ones they have in the show. I don't like the characters in the show much, because they look so heartless and there's no soul between those eyes and anything. As to this episode, everyone was properly drawn. Everyone has at least life in their eyes, Anyways, then the episode ends and you have the preview for the next episode. The next episode is between Kawaki and Sumire, but you still see Boruto, Sarada, Mitsuki, and Dam in that episode too. Now, before people are saying it's a filler and everything, it's not filler, it's anime canon, because in future chapters, Samir kind of helps Kawaki, and when Kawaki, after the fight with Boro in chapter 43, you see Samir come to Kawaki's bed rather than Naruto's bed, Boruto's bed, and Dam or even Sarada. So I'm just pointing that out, that this gives backstory between Kawaki and Sumire, and there may be, a ship between them. Kawasumi ship, maybe. And the thing is that both of their characters were late. Both of their parents kind of abused them, and they both have a backstory of, like a dark backstory to each other. Yeah, we'll find out what the next episodes to come. Anyways, yeah, I just want to go over this chapter. That was insane. Alright, this chapter was crazy. Anyways, thanks for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe, and stay tuned for my future videos. I'm gonna make some more videos to come.